Well, this is my Green Mountain grill. It's one of my favorite gadgets. What is it, you ask? Well, it's actually a grill. But what makes it a gadget? It's electric. Plugs right into the wall, right over there. It's called a pellet grill because, well, it burns pellets. These are pellets. They actually look like rabbit droppings, but they're compressed sawdust. There's an auger that goes from there to the burn pot, which is this steel right here. The auger pulls the pellets down this way, deposits them into this pot. This one little thing in the middle around there is a glow stick or a hot spot that when it first turns on, it augers some of the pellets into there, and that heats up and gets the pellets to going. These little indentions here, a fan down here blows air around it, and after 2 minutes it stops. The hot spot stops working, and it's just basically burning the pellets. So all the heat comes from burning of the wood, although it's electric. I'll see if I can get it to work for you, and I'll show you. All you gotta do is turn it on, push the power button, and then push it up or down. It goes to 0. It's now augering the pellets into the pan. It does that for about 90 seconds. Fill it up enough for the hot plate to actually get enough to burn. Nope. The fan just turned on and is kicking up a lot of dust. The heating element will now heat up and start catching the pellets on fire. I think it does that for 90 seconds as well. It's now on to function 3, which is heating up the element. Okay. Sparks are beginning to fly. It's beginning to heat up. See them spinning around because that's the air vortex in there blowing against them. And it's beginning to smoke. Well, I was going to try to show you the flame showing up. It's kind of like the flame coming out of the back of Batman's Batmobile, but there's too much smoke, and I've got to get the internal parts on it to help it to heat up. There's 2 pieces on each side, and then this piece right here goes on the top. They all absorb the heat and re-let it out more evenly. I'll do that now. Well, it cleared up enough so you can see the flame coming out of it now. That heats up this piece right here and transfers the heat to the grill. It's pretty cool. Okay, here it is with the 3 panels in place that take the heat and dole it out. There's another part that sits on top of it that connects over here on this side and then goes down to that side and causes any drippings and stuff to come out and fall in that bucket. That little protrusion right there is a heat sensor that tells you the heat in there so that it keeps the temperature it's wanting to keep. Just got to add on the other part in the grills and I can start cooking. Okay, here it is with the drip tray in place and half the grill. It comes with its own temperature probe. Goes through a little hole in the side that you probably can't see. You can see it on this side. It plugs in down there, and it tells you on the readout what the temperature is. This is inside the thing. It's 120 degrees right now. You push food, it goes to food, and it's 59 degrees out here, which means it's reading right because it is 59 or 58 degrees out here. So you set the temperature right here. Set as low as 150 or as high as 400. The lower it is, the more it smokes. The higher it is, it burns more pellets, so there's not as much smoke. So what you do is, like for these chicken breasts I'm doing tonight, I'll do them at 165 for about 30 minutes. And then I'll kick them up to 350 to finish them off. I know what you might be thinking. 30 minutes just to get those halfway cooked? Well, these are 3 of 5 chicken breasts I got in an extreme value pack. And I just got them tonight and wanted to cook them tonight. So I didn't have time to make up a marinade or anything. So I decided to let the smoke be the marinade. So either way, you'd take 30 minutes of marination or 30 minutes of smoking. Works out about the same. Well, the temperature just dipped down below 165. I could hear the auger kick in, and here comes the smoke. Time for yet another gadget. This is an infrared temperature gauge. HVAC people use it to check the temperature of coming out of vents. I use it to check the temperature of, well, this. And when I'm heating up pans to pan fry stuff or cook meat or whatever, just make sure it's not too hot or too cold. Okay, it's saying it's 170, 169 in there. Well, time for another gadget. It's too cold to sit out here and wait this whole time. So I have a wireless thermostat, or wireless thermometer I guess, set to chicken, and it has a 300-foot radius, so I can take it inside where it's warm and it'll tell me when it gets to temperature. Oh, and best of all,
beef, lamb, veal,
it talks.
Hamburger, pork, turkey, chicken.
Well, here we are in the kitchen. As long as that little icon down in the lower left keeps making those movements, it's got a connection. So I can see that my chicken outside is 65 degrees on its way to 180. While I get ready to use this, my Vitamix blender, to make the tortilla soup that I'm making the chicken for. Yes, yet another gadget. Well, the 30-minute timer just went off. Temperature of the chicken is 83 degrees. And this is holding steady about 165 to 167. And now it's time to kick her up to 350. Well, the old Green Mountain Grill is telling me that one of the pieces of chicken, the one that it's plugged into, is at 180 degrees internally. That's cooked. My instant read thermometer says 179.5. That's close enough to 180 for me. So it confirms what the Green Mountain Grill was saying. It's cooked.
It's nearly done.
That's right, it talks to you 5 degrees before it gets to a thing. Before it hits the temperature, it tells you it's nearly done. So you can start getting ready for it to be done.
It's nearly done.
Okay, fine.
It's done.
Well, apparently,
It's done.
it's done. All of them are done. So to get this to turn off, you have to take this down to 150. Takes a while. And then push it down one more time, and it goes to fan. It blows that fan in there without the fire, and blows all the ash out so that there's nothing to clean up. Green Mountain Grill pellet smoker. Have a good night.